tonight. I see the look in your eyes.
This is Live at the Hall from the Country Music Hall of Fame and Museum.
The main event is we have rock and roll royalty in the house today. Richie Furay is a member of the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. With Stephen Stills and Neil Young, Richie gave Buffalo Springfield 3 outstanding songwriters, singers, and guitarists. Along with the rhythm section of Dewey Martin and Bruce Palmer, Buffalo Springfield became one of America's first great rock bands. After Buffalo Springfield ended in 1968, Richie, Jim Messina, and steel guitarist Rusty Young formed Poco, bringing in drummer George Grantham and bassist Randy Meisner. If country rock had a Hall of Fame, they would be in the inaugural class. But Richie wasn't done yet. He later joined with country rock pioneer Chris Hillman and J.D. Souther, the great songwriter, to form the Souther-Hillman-Furay band. And Richie has created a score of fine solo albums since then. He's including the recently released In the Country, recorded here in Nashville. And quickly, I want to say that Michael Gray and I co-created The Western Edge, and we met with Richie 3 years ago when he was in Nashville recording that album at Blackbird Studios. And, and I can't overestimate or overemphasize the importance of Richie's enthusiasm and endorsement when we met with him. We met with him, Bernie Ledden, Chris Hillman, Rodney Dillard, Dave Alvin pretty early on. All of them were excited about this, and it kind of put a lot of wind in our sails to get going with this. And we want to be here today with all of them kind of joining and jumping on board quickly. So, if you will, please join me in welcoming the great Richie Furay to the record stage.
Hey, welcome to my living room. Oh, thank you, Michael. What a weekend it's been. It's been just incredible. I mean, I think I mentioned last night, when we started playing music, all we were thinking about was putting food on the table, and little did we know that 50 years down the road, here we are in the same room together. I'm going to play, I thought, when I was thinking about what I was going to do, I thought I'd start clear back at the beginning and maybe play a song that kind of went through the career. I don't know if we'll have enough time to get through all the ones I wanted to do. I wanted to be here all day with you. But I don't think everybody would like that, though. But this was actually the very first song that I ever got recorded, and it was an accident. I was waiting for Stephen and Neil and Bruce and Dewey to get to the studio, and I was always on time. Just kidding. But I was sitting out in the studio and playing this song, and Neil came in and pulled down a little talk back and said, we got to record that song. And basically, what I had just done was how the song got recorded. It's a song about love. I think people get hung up in high school and in college, and they think it's the end of the line, but it's really not. But this was a song about just a love relationship that I had way back when. Soft winds blow in the summertime. Young lovers feel so free, walking hand in hand down a shady lane. What happened to me? What happened to me. Did you ever love a girl who walked right out on you? You should know just how I feel then, why I'm so blue, why I'm so blue. How could I forget those nights when she'd kiss me soft and true and whisper words only lovers know? Oh, I love you. Oh, I love you. Well, I've made up my mind. I'll find a new girl who'll love me tenderly. Forget the past I left behind now. It's a sad memory. It's a sad memory. Soft winds blow in the summertime. Thank you. And I'll make it clear, I found that new girl. She's sitting right there in the front row. There goes another day, and I wonder why you and I keep telling lies. I can't believe in what you say, 'cause tomorrow's a lullaby. Can't pacify my lonesome crying. Make believe it's all you know, and to make believe is a game, a child's brain. You've changed your name. So sadly I'll watch the show to see what you became. Truth is a shame, too much pain. There goes another day, and I wonder why you and I keep telling lies. So both those songs were on the second Buffalo Springfield record, and Interestingly enough, I could tell you a couple stories about that one. You can try to figure out what it's about, but this might give you a hint. We were doing the Buffalo Springfield reunion. Oh, golly, how long ago now? 15 years ago? Goodness sakes, how the time flies.
Like 12.
And how long ago? 12. Thank you. Whew, man, where'd those 3 years go? Anyway, I got about as far as... And the guy over here on the other side of the stage said, stop everything. Did you write that song about me? Of course, it caught me off guard with 5,000 people out there in the audience, so I stammered around and stumbled around and finally got out, well, maybe, yeah. Anyway, I love him. You never could tell if he was going to show up, though, so. This is my beautiful daughter, Jessie Lynch. Thank you.
Thank you.
So some of these songs that we're going to play, I haven't played them in a while, and since we're all friends here, we'll see how it goes. So this was a Poco song, and Poco. Obviously, I think some people associate not only our LA country rock genre that we started back in 1968, 69, along with the Byrds and along with the Flying Burrito Brothers. We were probably the only ones. I think, Rusty Young playing steel guitar and Poco probably set us apart from every other Southern California three-guitar band, but it was something that Jimmy Messina and I had thought about and talked about when we knew Buffalo Springfield was kind of on their last leg. I always said, because Stephen was a really dear friend of mine, we played together in New York, that as long as Stephen was in the band, and make no mistake about it, Buffalo Springfield was he was the heart and soul of Buffalo Springfield. This was his band. But I said, as long as Stephen was in the band, I was going to be in the band. When he decided to leave, then we'd start and do something else. And Jimmy Messina and I became pretty good friends during that time. And we thought, let's do this crossover thing where, we can kind of bring LA rock and roll and country music. And I think people associate it with Nashville, but you know what? I think the songs that I wrote on Picking Up the Pieces kind of went more up north to Bakersfield. And so we're going to just see if I can get through this one here with you. What does it matter to me that you've gone? The memory is on in a dream, though it seems hard to be. With the goodnight yawn, the heartache is gone, yes indeed. For loving you, I have been such a fool, hardly knowing the game or the rules. Nothing for me could I see except for your teasing. I guess I was just dreaming, holding on to promises from you. What does it matter to me that you've gone? The memory is on in a dream, though it seems hard to be. With the goodnight yawn, the heartache is gone, yes indeed. Just in case it happens, you see, I have paid all my dues faithfully. And now the peace of mind I'll feel at time worth the misgiving. A new beginning clinging in my head, the rest of it's been said. What does it matter to me that you've gone? The memory is on in a dream, though it seems hard to be. With the goodnight yawn, The heartache is gone, yes indeed. The heartache is gone, yes indeed. So that was kind of a transition song from Buffalo Springfield to Poco. And it wasn't that there was a lot of tension in Springfield. It was just that, in 2 years, 9 people went in and out of the band. How do you keep it together? It's 1 step forward and 2 steps back. And so that was kind of a reflection, upon that. At least that's one interpretation. Now you have to go get that first record, listen to it, and try to figure out if there's any more interpretations to it. It's funny when you write a song way back then, how they even have some kind of significance even today. Well, you know what? It was kind of interesting because he had a vision, and I had a vision, and I think his vision was certainly more country, than it was country rock. I think we were trying to bridge a gap, and I mean, Chris might correct me, but I would have to think that maybe the Brito brothers were more of just a straight country, type band. They were playing in a lot of the Los Angeles country places. I was going to say dives, but in the Los Angeles area. But I don't think we had quite the same vision, although Graham was very instrumental in, he introduced me to George Jones. I'd never heard a voice like that in my life until I heard Vince Gill. And so Graham introduced me to the countryside again, or he refreshed my memory, should I say, because, I had, my influences with country was more in the rockabilly back in the days when I was a kid growing up with Eddie Cochran and Gene Vincent and Carl Perkins and Buddy Holly and Ricky Nelson. Ricky Nelson was a big influence, but I think Graham and I, it wouldn't have meshed. As good a friend he was living in New York across the street from me, and all, it wouldn't have meshed. He had one vision, I had another one, so we took off in different directions. Well, Picking Up the Pieces was another transition song, but it spoke more of what my vision was, of really country and rock meshing at the time. A little bit different than what the question was over here with Graham, being in the band. But that was like, okay, we have the vision, let's try and make it. And so we're picking up the pieces from the breakup of the Springfield. And then, let's introduce ourselves to, the folks that love country music. And so that was what it was about. I just think of 2 of my dear friends who we shared intimately in the fact that we played music together. And when you are in a band and you're creating music, it's something that is hard to define, what that's all about. And so those are 2 dear friends that, I miss. I actually did a little tribute medley of Bad Weather and Crazy Love when they had passed and all, and I just I love them. They contributed to this whole genre that we're all celebrating here right now. You know what? It comes every different way. Sometimes, I'd be out for a walk on the road and I'd hear this melody. And if I could get back to the house in time to, make a little tape of it or something, then it was worthwhile. If I'd forgotten it, as a bird flew by or a bear came at me, and I forgot everything. And then sometimes it's I'll get a lyric line. I've got a whole thing on my, what do you want to call it? A whole list of just lyrical things on my computer, and some of them, will never get finished. They're just little ideas and all, but some of them, you know, I mean, I had, I'm not gonna play this song right now. Maybe we'll have time to play it later, but you know, I had like, we could even do that probably, but I had it laying around forever. And I was talking to a guy that was managing me at the time, and I said, you know, I got these licks, and I can't quite put a song to it. You know, he said, well, let me call this guy, and we'll get together and write. And I went and took a shower and came back and wrote the song. I mean, it was like 10 years of waiting, you know, but that's, oh boy. Okay, let's see. I'm going to sing another. Now, this song I have not played in a long time, so this could be a lot of fun. This comes from SHF. That would be Souther-Hillman-Furay. I don't know if anybody has the shirt that we made up a few years ago. It says Southern-Hillman. Let's just see if we can get through it. Okay, here we go. There ain't nothing at all like the way I feel tonight. The love of my lady, she makes it all right. Her love light is shining on in the morning. The glow is understood. It's been a long time feeling this good. Thought nobody could. Believe me, I know. Let your love show. Let yourself go. Believe me. Words of the sweetest love songs are yours and mine to share. The saddest of all, you know, is when nobody cares. Blind eyes that stare, thinking of love, sweet love. Oh, maybe days gone by. I've got my warmest dream, your star in the sky, light to shine by. Hey, believe me, I know. Let your love show. Let yourself go. Believe me. You know, obviously to be up there with Chris, who I love dearly, a really close friend, and all, and just you know, I was really excited for the acknowledgement that he got as well. You know, I mean, he has, I mean, such a history of, you know, this whole genre of music that's being, you know, acknowledged today, and so it was, it was great. It was really great. Songwriting, I thought that's what I was going to have to do. Tell somebody how to write a song. I have no idea how to write a song. When I go back and I look at some of the, and I think written some songs, I look at them and say, how in the world, where did that ever come from? How did it ever come out? I know with the documentary that we have coming out in a year or this next year, one of the criteria was, hey, Richie will write a song for you, if you want to donate to the documentary. And I'm thinking, man, this isn't like turning on a switch. This is something, it's a creative process, and we got a song, though. We got a song out of it, and it was beautiful. But you know what? The process is just like that. I've never written that song, though, that's just like, bam, just there it is. Except one song that I wrote when I was about 10 years old, and it was called Bubby. And those were the lyrics, Bubby. That was it. Bubby, 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 Bubby. So I don't know, man. You know what? I really, who was it? Somebody made the mention of James Taylor, right? He said, I don't know where I write these songs. I was just the first guy to hear it. Let's just sing this one here. I got a good reason for loving you. It's an old-fashioned sign. I kinda get to feeling like, when I fell in love the first time. Kind woman, won't you love me tonight? I see the look in your eyes. Kind woman, don't leave me lonely tonight. Please say it's all right. Remember once before, hearing the old folks say, love's an ageless old rhyme. But nowadays, the saying depends so much on kind of woman that you find. I did. Kind woman, won't you love me tonight? I see the look in your eyes. Don't leave me lonely tonight. Please say it's all right.